Let me tell you something real. Not the motivational quotes you scroll past. Not the cute little believe in yourself messages people post. But the truth. The truth of a human being who was broken, broke, scared, and tired. Because somewhere out there, someone watching this is exactly where she once was. Somewhere out there, someone feels like life has taken too much. Too much time, too much money, too much energy, too much spirit. And they don't know how to get back up. But listen, this isn't a story about staying down. This is a story about standing up when you have absolutely nothing left to stand on. There was a woman once, a mother, standing in a bathroom with $11.42 in her bank account. Her son didn't have diapers, so she wrapped him in a towel. Not for 1 hour, not for one morning, but for 2 days. On the second day, she put her hand on her baby's stomach and whispered, "Don't worry, mommy will never be this broke or broken again." And in that moment, she died. Not her body, not her breath, but every old version of herself that could not survive the future she knew she deserved. She buried the woman she used to be so she could give birth to the woman she needed to become. That moment, that pain, became the beginning of I Can. See, people always ask, what was the secret? What was the strategy? But the truth is, most people don't need more strategies. They need more courage. They need to stop being loyal to the version of themselves that keeps them small. Because the reason most people never become what they want is because they're too attached to who they've been. They say things like, "I've always been this way. I've never been good at this. This is just who I am." And you know what? If that's working for you, keep doing it. If not, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to let that person go. The doorway to your future is only big enough for you, not your excuses, not your comfort zone, not the people you're trying to drag along with you. Some of you are trying to carry everyone through a door that was only designed for one person. You want to rescue everybody, but you're drowning yourself. Let me tell you something hard but necessary. You have to rescue yourself first. And that means choosing discomfort, choosing growth, choosing I can. Even when everyone around you doubts it, judges it, fears it. This woman, she walked through that door alone. She didn't take her old habits. She didn't take her old environment. She didn't take the approval of family or friends. She walked in alone so she could come back strong enough to lead others. Today she's valuable to her family. Today she's valuable to her community. But she had to endure 10 years of judgment first. You think you're better than us? Why are you always with those people? Why are you traveling everywhere? People will judge you for following a path they are too scared to take. She had to accept that growth is inconvenient. It costs your comfort. It costs your old life. It costs relationships, time, money, sleep, and certainty. But she did it anyway, because deep down, she said what you need to say every morning. I can, and I will. The truth is, we all want growth, but we also want to be liked. We want to stay comfortable. We want everyone to approve of our journey. But listen carefully. Your purpose requires sacrifice. Your dreams require isolation. Your future requires inconvenience, and you have to be willing to be your own rescue, even if it costs you the approval of everybody around you. Some people won't like you for changing. Some will judge you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will leave you. But here's the question. Do you want applause? Or do you want transformation? Because you rarely get both at the same time. Let me tell you something about the human spirit. It doesn't care where you were born. It doesn't care what your family did. It doesn't care if you grew up broke, betrayed, abused, abandoned, discouraged. Your brain keeps score. Your history keeps score. But your spirit only asks one thing. What do you want to create tomorrow? That's it. Your spirit wants to make you soar. Your brain wants to keep you safe. And every single day, you must decide, do you want to live safe or do you want to live alive? Most people stand at the edge of life, watching others fly, scrolling through social media, watching other people's houses, cars, lives, freedom, watching, watching, always watching. And they whisper to themselves, I wonder what would happen if I jumped. But they never jump, and I'm here to look you in the eyes today and say, jump. Don't overthink it, don't analyze it, just jump. Only three things can happen. You jump and fly. You jump and fall on something soft, or you jump and hit the ground hard. But either way, you will get back up. You've done it before. You'll do it again. Getting back up is already in your DNA. Your greatest fear isn't falling. Your greatest fear is living your entire life and never flying, never trying, never showing the world who you really are. You're not afraid of dying. You're afraid of dying before the world ever sees your greatness. And that is why today must be the day you say, I can. There's something else people don't tell you about becoming great. It's not supposed to feel good. Transformation isn't a warm bath. It's fire, it's pressure. It's the destruction of who you used to be. Most people want the convenience of transformation without accepting the inconvenience required for transformation. They want to keep their comfort, their habits, their excuses, and somehow still grow. But your future doesn't bloom from convenience. Your future blooms from conviction. Conviction and convenience don't live on the same block. They're not even in the same zip code. If you want to build something extraordinary, you must be willing to destroy the ordinary version of yourself. Listen carefully, because this is where most people quit. We were all raised on a lie, that to become successful, we need to be perfect. Perfect timing, perfect confidence, perfect skills, perfect background. But look around you. Look at every person who ever became something great. None of them started perfect. They started scared, broken, insecure, unprepared, uneducated, underestimated, and overlooked. The truth is, the world is full of people waiting for perfect, and perfect never comes. So they never show up, never start, never try, never jump. But I can is not about perfection. I can is about permission. Permission to try, permission to start, permission to fail, permission to grow, permission to be seen. When you say I can, you're not saying I'm ready. You're saying I give myself permission to rise. Let me tell you something powerful. Your story, your pain, your scars, they're not meant to be your prison. They're meant to be your fuel. That woman from the story, the one who wrapped her baby in a towel, she didn't hide that part of her life. She didn't pretend she always had it together. She didn't try to erase her past. She owned it. She used it. She stood on it. Because the beauty of her becoming a top 1% earner in America was that she started on government assistance. That contrast is her power. Your contrast is your power too. If you're broke, that's fuel. If you're scared, that's fuel. If you've failed, that's fuel. If people doubted you, that's fuel. If you were hurt, that's fuel. If you were abandoned, that's fuel. You want a boring life, then pray for comfort. But if you want a powerful life, then give thanks for the struggle, because the struggle is shaping the person you're becoming. Now let's get brutally honest. Many of you watching this aren't broken. You're comfortable. Comfort is the real danger. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams. No one climbs while sitting down. No one grows in the warm spot of good enough. No one becomes unstoppable in a life that never pushes them. You want transformation? Good. Then you need to understand this. Your life changes the moment your tolerance ends. When you stop tolerating mediocrity, when you stop tolerating excuses, when you stop tolerating your own fear, when you stop tolerating the voice inside your head that says, not now, maybe later, that is the moment I can becomes real. But hear me out, you won't get there by wishing. You won't get there by watching motivational videos all day and taking no action. You won't get there by waiting for the perfect moment. You get there by stepping into the arena, bloody, tired, terrified, imperfect, but stepping in anyway. That woman with $11.42 didn't suddenly become fearless. She became willing. Willing to look stupid. Willing to fail. Willing to be judged. Willing to step into places where she didn't feel qualified. Willing to sit in rooms where she didn't know the rules. Willing to keep going even when her mind screamed, stop. Success is not for the fearless. Success is for the willing. Are you willing? Yes, you watching this. Are you willing to stop giving your excuses oxygen? Are you willing to stop letting your comfort make decisions for your life? Are you willing to stop living behind the shadows of your past? Are you willing to own your greatness even when it intimidates people? Because listen, your greatness will make some people uncomfortable. Your confidence will trigger insecure people. Your growth will scare those who prefer the old version of you. People will want to keep you at 79 watts so they don't have to put on sunglasses. But you were born to shine at 159 watts. Stop dimming your light so someone else can feel better in your presence. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you asked yourself, am I proud of me today? When was the last time you showed up for yourself before showing up for others? When was the last time you said, I can, even if no one else believes it? Most of you have never even given yourself a chance. You have given up on yourself faster than anyone else ever did. You've doubted yourself longer than the world has doubted you, but today is the day that ends. Today is the day you take your story back. Today is the day you break the rules life gave you. Today is the day you stop waiting for permission. Today is the day you say, I can, I will, watch me. You weren't born to be a watered-down version of yourself. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't born to apologize for your hunger, your ambition, your dreams. You were born to disrupt, to challenge, to build, to climb, to rise, to fly. And somewhere inside of you, under all the fear, under all the doubt, under all the shame, there is a voice that's been whispering to you your entire life. You were made for more. Today that whisper becomes a roar. I can, I can, I can. Let's talk about something every human being feels, but almost nobody admits. You are not just afraid of failing. You are afraid of being seen. Yes, being seen, being noticed, being visible, being exposed, being held accountable for the greatness you know you're capable of. Because once the world sees who you truly are, there's no going back. Once you show your potential, once you taste your own power, once you reveal your true strength, you can't hide behind excuses anymore. And that terrifies people more than failure ever could. But here's the truth. You were not born to stay hidden. You were not born to stay silent. You were not born to live small. You were born to step into your identity, fully, loudly, unapologetically. The world doesn't need another copy. The world needs you, your voice, your pain, your story, your fingerprints, your mistakes, your lessons, your perspective, your grit, your light. There is a version of you that the world has never seen. A version that's brave, a version that's disciplined, a version that's unshakable, a version that is done apologizing for who you are, a version that says every single day, I can, and I'm proving it. But that version only appears when you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it. Now listen, if you're going to become the person you were meant to be, you need to understand that the world will do three things. 1. Judge you. 2. Misunderstand you. 3. Eventually respect you, but only after you win. So stop trying to be understood. Stop trying to be liked. Stop trying to make everyone comfortable. Comfort is not your calling. Greatness is. And greatness requires friction. Greatness requires pressure. Greatness requires sacrifice. Greatness requires lonely nights. Greatness requires losing people who were never meant to stay. Your transformation will offend the people who choose not to transform. And that is not your problem. Your only job, your only responsibility is to become the most powerful, disciplined, fearless version of you. Because the truth is this, the world isn't waiting for a perfect you. The world is waiting for the real you. The you who tries, the you who fights, the you who refuses to quit, the you who walks into rooms you don't feel ready for, the you who breaks generational cycles, the you who rewrites your family's story, the you who says, I can rise from this. I can rebuild from nothing. I can become more than anyone ever expected. You know what separates ordinary people from great people? It's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not where they were born. It's not who their parents were. It's decision. A decision made daily. A decision made in private. A decision made in silence. The decision to show up. The decision to keep going. The decision to believe I can. Even when everything around me says I can't. Every extraordinary person started with one ordinary choice. I will not quit today. I will not settle today. I will not dim my light today. I will not betray myself today. I can. Today. Do enough today, and your whole life changes. Let me tell you something personal. If you want a powerful life, stop chasing perfection and start chasing progress. Progress is what builds confidence. Progress is what builds identity. Progress is what makes your mind stronger, your will sharper, your heart louder. And progress doesn't require perfection. It only requires consistency. One more rep. One more step. One more hour. One more chance. One more decision. That's how you build a life. Small decisions repeated relentlessly. That's how you build discipline. That's how you build self-belief. That's how you build a new identity. You don't wake up confident. You earn confidence by keeping promises to yourself. The more promises you keep, the more powerful you become. The more you break them, the more you train your mind to doubt you. Confidence is not a personality trait. Confidence is a pattern. Build the pattern. Build the belief. Build the you that says I can and I have the proof. But hear me clearly. Your life will not change until you do, not your past, not your family, not your circumstances, not your job, not your relationships, not your city, not your luck. You are the turning point. You are the shift. You are the new chapter. You are the miracle your bloodline has been waiting for. And nothing changes until you decide, this ends with me. This starts with me. I can build the life I want. Final crescendo, music rises. Look at your life. Look at your story. Look at everything you've survived. If every moment of pain didn't break you, then nothing in your future can stop you. You were built from storms. You were raised by fire. You were carved from pressure. You were strengthened by every hardship you thought would destroy you. And now you are standing. You are breathing. You are fighting. You are rising. Don't you dare underestimate yourself again. Don't you dare tell yourself you can't. Don't you dare believe the lies your past tried to teach you. Not anymore. Not today, not ever again. Because today you know the truth. You can. You will, and you must. Stand up. Look in the mirror. Say it out loud. Not softly, not politely, but with every ounce of strength inside you. I can. And from this day forward, let your life prove it.